What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today we are going through the last round of the regular season of the 2023 NRL season, where there's three teams remaining for the battle for that last spot inside the top 8 and the finals series. And also we got a battle for the top 4 and a battle for the minor premiership up for grabs. And it starts on Thursday night between the Broncos, the Brisbane Broncos, and the Melbourne Storm. And who are resting players. All three of these teams are resting players going into the finals. So they're pretty similar in detail because Ryan Papenhuyzen is back at fullback. Here are the lineups if you guys want to have a look. So pretty much in between. Now looking at this, at the moment, I'm going to go the Melbourne Storm. I just think the Storm have got a very good record against the Broncos, and plus, in recent years, now, the Broncos haven't beaten the Storm since 2016 and haven't beaten the Storm here since 2009. Will that record continue? Or will the Broncos win and grab the minor premiership? We'll see. Time will tell. And I'm going to go the Storm by 2. I think this is possibly the match of the round, or maybe the second match of the round. We'll see. I'm going to go the Storm 22 points to 20. I reckon they'll win by 2. 22 points to 20. But here's the thing. I think the Broncos will score first, and I would go with I'm going to go with Corey Oates. I think he's due for a try after being out for so many weeks, and also I'm going to go Ryan Papenhuyzen to score at any time for the Melbourne Storm. So I'm going to go the Storm 22-20. So we're in for the first game of Super Saturday is the Manly Seagulls at 4 Points Park up against the West Tigers. Well, unfortunately, have got the wooden spoon again this season, but they will like to finish this year on a high. And let's see what teams the Manly Seagulls and the Storm and the West Tigers have got. And here are the teams. Sorry, the lineups. If you guys want to have a look. I'm going to go the West Tigers in an upset. I'm going to go the West Tigers in an upset. I think they can win this game. Looking at this, and like they showed last time they played against Manly, they showed plenty of signs. Um, and I think they can trouble Manly, and we'll see if they can trouble Manly during this part of the game. But I'm going to tip the West Tigers, and I'm going to go David Nofaluma to score the first try, and I'm going to go the Tigers 20. I'm going to go the Tigers by 1. I think Manly are going to push the Tigers very hard, and I think they'll win by 1 or by 4. Who knows? And actually, I'm gonna have a look to see who can I pick. And I'm gonna go Jason Saab to score anytime. Now we're into for a top 8 shootout between two bidded rivals that hate each other so badly, and it's the oldest rivalry in the NRL era. The South Sydney Rabbitohs up against the Sydney Roosters. And there's some outs of this game, as you can see on screen. Now the Roosters have won 4 in a row now, so which is the most of this for this season. South, well, they need to get back to their winning ways. They want to keep themselves inside the 8 and play for the full 80, and I think they can do it. I think South, just can never count them out, even if they're not taking too well. You can never count the Roosters out either, but I think Jared Hargreaves being out is a big out for me, and because 50% of the time without Jared, the Roosters lose or win. So it's a kind of in between there, but he's a big loss in my mind. So I'm going to go the Bunnies, and I think they'll win by... I'm going to go 19 to 18. I think it'll go down to a field goal because the way the Roosters have showed the last 3-4 weeks, they can trouble South, and they beat them early in the year. So I'm going to go the Bunnies, 19 to 18. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, and I think there's going to be plenty of punch-ups in this game, and this probably will top them all, the Rabbitohs and the Roosters, but we'll see how we go. Rabbitohs, 19 to 18. But I'm going to go the Roosters to score first, and I'm going to go James Tedesco and Alex Johnston to score at any time. And I'm counting on the Roosters to win, but I don't think they will. Now we're on for the first game of Super Saturday at Suncorp Stadium. The Dolphins and the Red Hot Warriors. Now, these two met early in the season, where the Warriors well, the Dolphins just got absolutely hammered, and they just couldn't play hard. And there's some big outs for the Warriors. Adam Fanua-Blake's been rested. Charnze Nicoll-Klokster's been rested. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak's been rested. Luke Metcalf's been rested. Sean Johnson rested. Tohu Harris has been rested. Wade Egan's been rested. And it's still a good team, actually. This Warriors outfit. Regardless, I think this is still a good team. but I think it'll be a lot closer than what people think. This could be. I'm going to go the Warriors. And despite all the outs they've got, it's still a pretty reasonable good team. So, but I reckon it'll be going down to the 1-pointers because the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins last week they were pretty disappointing against the Cowboys. With just shaked it up for them, but I'm gonna go the Warriors. 25-24. I think this would be a very high scoring game. Even though the Warriors have been really good in defense this year, but there's a few outs for this one. So I'm going to go the Warriors. 25-24. I think the Dolphins will score first, though. I'm going to go Valence Tefare to score first and Marcelo Montoya to score at any time. Now, next, the second game on Super Saturday, it's the Panthers who are looking to claim the minor premiership, get back on top of the ladder and claim the minor premiership going into the finals. Not looking to go back-to-back losses before the finals, up against the North Queensland Cowboys, who are also in the hunt for a top 8 spot. As we have a look at ins and outs for the Panthers and the Cowboys. Now, there's pretty much nothing to say about last week with Jerome Luai suffering an injury, suffering a dislocated shoulder, broken his collarbone, I should say. Dislocated his shoulder and won't play for the rest of the season. Or possibly play finals, who knows. Still no Isaac Tago in the side, so now big in is Dylan Edwards. Definitely they needed him last week. They were not playing at their best, Penrith, and we just tore them to shreds, like on that left-hand side, and I think Edwards going off. Edwards being missing, I'd say that would have changed. If Edwards was playing, it would have been closer, even with Luai off the field. So, but I'm going to go the Panthers to bounce back, and I think they'll bounce back pretty good here. And I think the Cowboys will make it a contest though, but I think the Panthers have got too much in the last 10 minutes. I think it'll be a bit of a contest towards probably the 60th minute, and then the Panthers in the last 20 minutes or 10 minutes, they'll start playing their best footy. So I'm going to go the Panthers 1-12, but it'll be by 12 points. I think it'll be 30 points to 18. I think the Panthers are just going to be a little bit too good, and I think they'll score first. And I think Saliva Taruba being back, I think he will score first. Big Tito to score first for the Panthers. Now we move into Sunday footy. Sorry, the last game of Saturday, Saturday, is the Dragons in their last game for the season up against the Newcastle Knights, who, let me fix that up. Newcastle Knights, who are looking possibly, looking for a top 4 spot. And they've been on a roll. They've won 8 in a row, the Newcastle Knights. but they've got some outs. Dane Gagai is out. Kalen Ponga out with an injury. Phoenix Crossland is out. And Tyson Frizzell is out. It's still a pretty good team, this Newcastle Knights. It's still a good team. Vanu Brown at hooker, I think he was a good pick to replace Phoenix Crossland, but there's a few changes to this Dragons team. A bit just different positions for the dummy halves. Which has been their issue kind of this year. Their pickings and their boards this year, and that's why they're running second last. Is their issues with the board. Not saying anything against the Dragons fans because I live in this area. Nothing against the Dragons fans. Really, they showed up with heart. They showed it with every year with heart and respect to their club, but they've got issues they need to solve. And the first thing is not letting two different clubs running one club. You got to have one club running the club, or let the coach run the team and pick the team, because it's going to be hard for Shane Flanagan next year to run the club, even if the board is running it. You got to make sure the coach wants full control. You got to give them full control. But that's what happened with Mary McGregor and Anthony Griffin. They didn't have full control of the team. Now, I'm going to go the Knights. But I think it'll be a close game because the Dragons have been playing some really good footy the last 5 weeks, and they really given it hard to the Warriors last week. Even though they lost 18-6, they really played hard, the Dragons. They played with heart, they played with soul, and I think Newcastle are going to find it hard to get the victory here this afternoon. But I am going to tip the Knights, and I think it'll be by 6. I'm going to go 24 points to 18. I think the Knights are just going to be a bit too good, and you know what? No. I'm going to go Dominic Young to score first, and Tyrell Sloan to score at any time. Tyrell Sloan or Zach Lomax, one of those two. They've been in pretty recent form. Now the first game is Sunday footy. The last games of the game of the regular season for both these clubs. The Titans, after 3 back-to-back losses, they unfortunately out of the top 8 battle. And the Bulldogs, they're looking to finish this season on a high. They started really well. They competed really hard for most of the year, and then towards the mid-season to the back end, they really dropped off after that South game in round number 6. Now, there's some big ins for this Bulldogs team. Curtis Morin is back. Raymond Fartella Mariner is back. Ryan Sutton is back. And some big ins also for the Titans. Isaac Fasilamala Awi is back. Josiah Palu is back. Kemamalo is in reserves. Manu Fodawaker is back. And Isaac Liu is out, which is a huge loss. And having a look at their lineups, nothing really changed for the Titans. And still no Kieran Foran, by the way. You know what? I'm going to go the Bulldogs at an upset. I'm going to go the Bulldogs at an upset. They beat them early in the year, 20 points to 18, or I think 4 rounds ago, actually. Yeah, 4 rounds ago, yeah. They would want to finish this season on a win, both of these clubs, but the Bulldogs, they want to finish on a big high. They will want to finish on a big high going into next season, because they've got some clubs, got some signings. Sorry, got some signings to go into next year, and they've got Stephen Crichton going there next year. They've got Blake Taft going there next year. They've got Reed Marnie's there for another year. They got Hayes Perham. They got all these good players and good young kids coming through too. Like, they're killing it in their juniors. But when you come into this level, into this system, it's not working for the Bulldogs. They need to come up with a style of football to compete with these teams. It's the same for the Tigers, same for the Dragons, same for the top. Probably even the Dolphins have got no depth, so we can't really say what their style of football is yet, because they've got no depth. That was their issue this year, the Dolphins. But I'm going to go the Bulldogs in an upset here. I think the Bulldogs can upset the Titans. They've shown signs a bit this year that they could have challenged the top 8, Canterbury, even the Titans, for example. But I am going to go the Titans to score first, and I'm going to go Alfinio Pereira, who's had a great debut season. Same for probably even Blake Wilson. Also Jacob Preston, who's not in the side. I'd say he's in... Okay, he's not even in the reserves. Okay, he must be somewhere else. But he's been playing good as well, Jacob Preston. But I'm going to go the Bulldogs in an upset. I think it'll be pretty close. I think it'll be a golden point or 1 point affair with a Matt Burton field goal. I'm going to go Josh Adokar to score at any time. So I'm going to go the Bulldogs. Now an upset. Now we're into the last game of the regular season, and it is a finals showdown. The Raiders, well, they're looking to spoil the party for the Sharks, and also they're looking to save their season going into the finals, because this is big time Raiders time. They need to play better here. They need to win this game, and possibly, if they lose this, the Cowboys and the Roosters will be safe. The Cowboys, South will be there, and the Raiders will be out. They need to win this game, Canberra. Sorry, South will still be there. Canberra need to win this game to knock the Cowboys out of the top 8 and put the Sharks down towards 7th. They need to win this game. And they've got some big players to do that, except for their main man, Josh Papali'i, who is out. But they've got some big ins. Albert Hopewadi, Danny Levi, Hopa Paru, James Celia, and Trey Mooney. And as for the Sharks, Nico Hines and Oregon Kafusi are back. So that's big ins for the Sharks. But due to the Raiders' record against Cronulla, Cronulla haven't beaten them in 5 years, which is a phenomenal record for this Canberra Raiders team. And I think that's going to continue. And plus, Jared Croker back on the bench. I don't know what the Raiders are thinking, having Jared Croker on the bench. And this is probably he's going to be his last game against the Sharks. Maybe. if it all works out for the Raiders. If it doesn't work out for the Raiders, it will be his last game against the Sharks. But if it does work out for the Raiders, he will play on for another for possibly 4 weeks or 1 week, who knows, for the Canberra Raiders. Now, I'm going to tip Canberra here. I think they're just this record against Cronulla, and plus they got too much at stake. And Ricky was pretty upset last week about some of the calls, and we're not going to get into it because they're not. The NRL will come back at me and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be criticising all the refs and criticising all this." Yeah, I'm not criticising them, right? The bunker is the one that's making the calls on field. They should not be. It's the referee's job to call on field, not the bunkers. The bunker, because it gets confusing and it doesn't create flow create flow in the game, and we need flow in the game. We need it, and anyway, we're not going to get into that because if I get into that, then I'm in trouble. So, and a lot of the NRL fans are already getting criticism from Graham Mansley about the calls, saying, "Oh, why are we criticising all the refs about right calls?" It's the right call. It's the referee's decision that was right. Anyway, I'm going to go to Canberra, and I think the Sharks are going to make it a contest here. And the Sharks have only beaten one top 8 side, which is not in there and won't be there this year, and that's Parramatta, and they're just a bogey team for us. But the Raiders, they're a bogey team for the Sharks, and I'm going to go the Raiders. I'm going to go the Raiders by 2. I think they'll make it. The Sharks will be in a bit of a contest. This will be an attacking style of football because both of these teams' defense hasn't been good this year, and they want to show a bit of defense going into finals, but because that's when it counts. And I'm going to go Canberra. I'm going to go Canberra by 4. I'm going to go 30 points to 26. I think it'll be a very, very high scoring game because these two sides defensively have been shocking. Well, not shocking, but you know what I mean. Haven't been good defensively, and they're the only top 8 team that haven't been good in defense. Well, the Raiders especially, minus 119 is not good enough. Because if they drop out, and they're still in a chance for the top 4. Well, actually, Newcastle, wrong. They're going to finish in 5th because 36 points for Melbourne. So, yeah, so it's a big ask for the Raiders, and they need to win this game. So it's all or nothing. I'm going to go the Raiders 30 points to 26, and I'm actually going to go the Sharks to score first in this one. And I'm going to go with Ronaldo Mulatalo, a very, very good pick, and probably my pick of the round, to be honest. And also my second pick of the round, I'm going to go with Hudson Young to score at any time because he's a big try-scoring back rower. All right. I think that is it. Now, also, before the end, I want to go through the lineups for the Repco, well, not Repco Bathurst 1000, the Clo Driver lineups for the Penrite Oil, for the Enduros, the Penrite Oil Sandown 500 is back, and also for the Repco Bathurst 1000, which is still a part of the Sandown 500. Now, where's here we go. 2023 grid Enduro grid is set with here we are. Grid is set. Where's alright, come down here. So here are the lineups for the 2023 Enduro combinations. We'll have Brock Feeney and the Red Bull guys are clipped not slightly the same, only the same combination of last year with Brock Feeney and Jamie Whincup. Shane Van Gisbergen has bought, the reigning Bathurst champion has bought, and the three-time V8 Supercar champion, with an old Kiwi partner with him this year, Richie Senaway. And Shelby Power Racing have kept their same lineup of Anton De Pasquale and Tony D'Alberto. The Davison brothers in car 17. James Courtney is back with Zach, alongside with Zach Best this year. Cam Waters and James Moffat are looking for their first victory at the Bathurst 1000 after a couple of podiums together, and Cam Waters obviously 3 podiums in a row, and is looking to go one better this year. Thomas Randall and Gary Jacobson, I like that combination. Very young combination. I think this will be definitely a contender and they've shown it. Shown it at Tailem Bend that they can be a contender for Bathurst and also Sandown. Cam Waters also won the Sandown 500. He's looking for a Bathurst victory. Declan Fraser in his first appearance in the Sandown 500 alongside Tyler Everingham is also his first appearance in the Sandown 500. Actually, we'll go back to Thomas Randall. He actually, in his first start at the Sandown 500, he finished second with Lee Holsworth in the last Sandown 500 back in 2019. Now, Nick Percat and Fabian Coulthard, it's a very good combination, but in a car that hasn't worked for Nick Percat the last couple of years, and it's good to see him just still fighting, and we saw that at the last couple of rounds, last couple of races at Tailem Bend. He started to pick up a bit of the Nick Percat-esque sort of driving performance. And at the 2021 Bathurst 1000 winning combination of Chaz Mostert and Lee Holsworth, and Chaz Mostert's looking for his first Sandown 500 win alongside Lethal, who's actually been on the podium, like I said, with Thomas Randall in 2019. Will Brown and Jack Perkins. Well, Will Brown is his third start in the Sandown 500, who debuted back in 2018. Brody Kostecki, this is his second Sandown 500 start, with 2 most experienced drivers in that Erebus team for their co-drivers are Jack Perkins and David Russell. Now, the most experienced combination in this lineup, Mark Winterbottom and Michael Caruso at Team 18, the 2 Sydney boys. Mark Winterbottom broke his winning drought this year, which was back in 2016, the last time he won a race. Now, Scott Pye and Warren Luff, and honestly, Scott Pye has made a very good pick as a co-driver, because most of the time when we head to Bathurst, this is after the Sandown 500, he comes to get a trophy every single time. And these two have previously driven together and come 2 podiums away. So is another podium coming the way of Scott Pye and Warren Luff? Well, you might see. Todd Hazelwood is with his team owner, Tim Blanchard, as we all were going to expect. And as per Penrite Racing, David Reynolds is with the Bathurst winning co-driver with Shane Van Gisbergen last year, Garth Tander. Matt Payne is starting his first Sandown 500 with Kevin Estar. Now, Brad Jones Racing is the same lineup as last year, as Andre Heimgartner and Dale Wood are looking to make payback for their heartbroken last year during a crash that they weren't involved in with David Reynolds and also Zane Goddard. Bryce Forward and Dean Fiore. Bryce Forward, this is I think this is his second Sandown 500 start. Macaulay Jones, this is his fourth Sandown 500 start, which debuted back in 2017. Jack Smith, this is his first Sandown 500 start, also for Jackson Evans. Premier Racing, Tim Slade is teaming up with the 2016 co-driver winner, Bathurst 1000 winner, beating co-driver in 2016 with Will Dobson, is back in the supercar seat. James Golding is still with Dylan O'Keefe. Jack LeBrock is teaming up with a new teammate this year in Jaden Ojeda, and Cameron Hill is teaming up with Jalen Robotham, two genuine superstars of the game. And history-making, Craig Lowndes, the winning co-driver with Jamie Whincup back in 2019, the last winner of this great race, of this Sandown 500, is teaming up this year with an uprising star in supercars, Zane Goddard. And Jake Kostecki, this is the second wildcard entry in this race, is Jake Kostecki and Aaron Love. And the third wildcard is Simona Di Silvestro back in a V8 supercar with an upcoming rising Super 2 star, Kai Allen. And there's our Sandown 500 lineup. Now, on Instagram, I'll be putting on my top 20 contenders for the Sandown 500, and after that, before October, I'll be putting up my top 20, because anyone can win this race from anywhere. Well, Bathurst from anywhere. Sandown's the same. You can win from anywhere because they're both tough races to get right. So, anyway, thank you all for watching the video today, and hopefully we'll get leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and also leave a comment. I've got a question for you in the comment section below. Let me know who's your favourite supercar team, NRL team, or also talk to yourself. Yes, T-Rex.
I just want to say goodnight. Hello, everyone. It's what 9:40 something.
9:41.
You do know going up shows your name, right?
No.
Must be a different setting. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm making Minecraft roleplays now on my channel, so stay tuned if you watch my channel. If you don't, have a good day anyway. Peace. And have a good night, man.
Alright. And remember, it's not who you are that's underneath. It's what you do that defines you.